back to This Very Moment Collective. You are right on time whenever you're watching this. This reading is timeless. Tapping into our spirit guides, our angels, the universe. Let's see what spirit has for us in this very moment. We got renewal coming out. Definitely a lot of change and transformation coming into the collective. And I'm picking up on someone in your energy who is kind of crawling back to collective because they weren't able to have the impact on you that they thought they would be able to. We have the moon card here as well, talking about uncertainty. There is someone in your energy collective who, with the star, oh my God, you got all major arcana. So this is a non-traditional tarot deck. And you got literally all major arcana cards that came out first. Pull. So there's a strong energy. We got the star, the moon, and renewal of someone who really thought they would be able to affect collective, and they went on their own journey, and now here they are circling back to collective because they weren't able to accomplish what they thought they would accomplish. And I feel like this person really started to feel themselves, and they forgot that destiny and fate is equally as involved in success as your hard work. So I'm tapping into someone who is really feeling themselves, and rightfully so. I do feel like they were putting in a lot of work, or they had accomplished something. So something great did happen, but they really started to believe their own hype, and it just got out of control. I feel like this person at some point got used to projecting their success onto collective. I noticed this a lot in relationships where it's like you exit the relationship, and if someone is doing better, they feel like that entitles them to constantly like talk crap about their ex. And I get it. There's a lot of layers to that. You know, a lot of that is rooted in what has happened and that person doing you wrong at some point. So it does make sense. But, I'm definitely tapping into someone who really started to believe their own hype, and it's starting to bite them. First card here, we got the past. It says the past is the past. The past is not the present or the future. The present is now. Stay focused and present and leave the past in the past and walk towards your future. So spirit is already coming in right away with a warning. There is a storm coming, and it's best to prepare collective. We have the moon card here. It says listen to your intuition and pay attention to the signs from the divine. Do not worry unnecessarily. Let go of your fears. Revelations will come that make everything clear. So spirit is communicating, yeah, there's a BS storm on the way, collective. Someone has worked so hard to accomplish something really good, and because you weren't in that same season, or because you were spending your time, your effort, your energy supporting them, it caused them to believe in their own hype a bit too much, and they genuinely started to believe that, I don't know, they're the only person that could have success, because what the heck is this? So we have make the decision. You're definitely going to be challenged to decide what you want to do and if you want to move forward with this person or not. And by move forward, basically it just means let them in again, because we haven't exactly figured out what they're coming back for or offering or trying to do. It says it's time for the decision to be made, regardless of how difficult it is. Finally, make that decision and move on. It says you've been contemplating long enough. It actually says move on with things. So not like move on as in leave, spirit's not making that decision for you. We got the renewal card. So this is a strong crossroads moment, collective, and you're going to have to decide what you really want here. There will be an opportunity for renewal. I'm picking up on someone who collective hasn't spoken to for a long time, coming back to reconnect. For some of you, this was giving a work situation. In the pre-pull, I was feeling like this was a coworker. It was giving feminine energy, who you were friends with or who you were leveling up with. Maybe it's not a coworker in the same company, but someone in the same industry as you. You were bouncing ideas off of each other, motivating each other, there for each other, supporting each other. And then maybe they started to see some success at a different time than you did, or it could be vice versa. And they tried to manipulate you into feeling like you owed them more than you did. And so you took a step back, or they really started to feel themselves. They got a glimpse of success. They just ran towards it, and then it kind of fizzled out. So they're crawling back. We shall see. Renewal says renewing the past. with compassion and forgiveness. Time to head in a new direction. Clarity on your life and purpose will come towards you. In your heart, you know what to do. So Spirit is saying you already know what you want. You already know what's best for you, and it's just about execution. Now, for some of you, this is a romantic partner coming back towards you after maybe they tried to see if the grass was greener on the other side. They found out real quick that it's not. And so they're coming back, you know, kind of groveling, and you kind of have to decide like, all right, am I going to renew this connection with this person, or would I rather disconnect and open myself up to something new? We got the hurt people card. It says hurt people hurt people. If someone is attacking you for no reason, no, they are likely acting out for what has already been done to them. At the same time, don't hang around anyone who's using you as a punching bag. Point them towards help and you head for safety. So something about this feels dangerous. And I feel like you know this person's true character, and that enough is kind of alluding to the danger. Maybe it's not that this person has plans to slight you or to come up against you or to do something negative to you, but it's just that you have seen how bad it can get with this person, how vindictive they can be. So Spirit is kind of making you aware of that. Regardless, we have retreat and the star. So you're about to come into a winning season if you haven't already. And Spirit is really guiding you towards protecting your assets. Spirit is saying the best thing to do right now at minimum is retreat, so you can decide where you're going and what's really important to you. Black out distractions, spend some quiet time alone so that you can focus on your priorities. Because we got the star energy coming in, and it's calling you to have faith because the future is really bright. Dreams are coming true, positive changes are coming about, bringing, you know, the end to challenging times, and you're reaching the light at the end of the tunnel. And Spirit really wants you to bask in that and have your winning moment. But that's going to be hard to do when you have someone who it's like, okay, their winning moment has fizzled out and they're coming to you and they're hoping that they can kind of leech off of your winning moment. And I'm not getting that they're, you know, necessarily a bad person. So we'll have to see as the reading continues to unfold. We have allow yourself to receive. So I think the most important thing is to open yourself up, welcome blessings, welcome answered prayers that Spirit is sending to you. And if you won't be able to do that, if you're super distracted, then I would say that's kind of the answer. I don't know why I'm seeing Cardi B. I don't really follow Cardi B. I actually don't follow her at all. I don't keep up with her, but Spirit is showing me that. So there's got to be some sort of message there. Maybe Cardi will have something really great going on in her life, like an album release or a new song. And then all you see is her online going viral for the opposite, some cat fight that she's in. You know, Spirit is showing me that figure. So that may speak to someone. Spirit's like, don't be like, you know, Cardi crashing out on the internet. And listen, shout out to Cardi. You know what I mean? No Cardi slander over here. But that is what Spirit did show me. All right, let's see. We got the Queen of Cups and the King of Fire. So you know what? I see that you're attracting some yin and yang dynamic. You're showing up in Queen of Cups energy, very loving, compassionate, likely very psychic at this time. Queen of Cups can also be very self-sacrificing though. So it's important to make sure that if you are sacrificing, you're doing it for the right people and the right causes, the right things. You're getting deep psychic insights at this time, and Spirit is calling you to, yes, be yourself, you know, be a lover girl, be a lover boy, care for others, but don't forget to take care of yourself and to trust your intuition. There is a deep love that you have for your family and friends, and Spirit is coming in, connecting you with more family and friends to care about. And then we have the King of Fire. Now, this is someone who's very motivational and inspiring, likely someone theatrical. They have a lot of energy. This person is ambitious, no problem taking a leadership role. This person is, you know, not shy about stepping into the spotlight. This could be a public speaker. This could be an entertainer. This could be a fire sign. Keep your eyes peeled, you know, for someone who's very big picture. This is someone who's going to be communicating their vision very easily, and they don't shy away from criticism either. So one thing you'll likely bond on with this new energy coming into your life is your creativity. And the thing that's really going to tell you, okay, this is the person that Jazz was talking about in that reading, is going to be the fact that you can openly criticize this person or call them out on something and they're not shutting down. We got the ego. We got the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups talks about a lover from the past, not gonna lie. So it's looking like there's gonna be some options you're gonna have. We got the Seven of Wands and the Two of Swords. So it's a hard decision coming up, collective, not gonna lie. You know, the ego card is all about the illusion of being trapped. Spirit is calling you to accept, okay, things are what they are. Let me take the driver's seat in this situation. Let me be the leader and let me make the choice that support my path to happiness. Let me cut ties with addictions or unhealthy habits or traits or people. And the Six of Cups talks about like maybe even a childhood lover, someone who you knew when you were younger and had a connection with. And those connections that are made earlier in life are just known for being very polarizing. So, you know, I'm seeing someone return from your past. It keeps coming up again and again and again. And I'm seeing that someone is really under fire right now. With the Seven of Wands, there's so much up against them. And with the Two of Swords, this person is lost and confused. And they're looking to you for help. If I had to say, I would say the higher they are, the harder they fall. I just saw 11:11. I would say the higher they are, the harder they fall. Because it does very much so look like you are sidestepping this person trying to fall into your comfort, your Queen of Cups love and support. And you're like, ooh, what is this King of Fire talking about? What is this King of Wands hitting for? This person gives me energy. They give me life. They feel ambitious and exciting. I want to see what that's all about. So there's someone coming back. This could also be about revisiting like old dreams or plans. So one thing that someone could talk to you about is like doing a lot of reminiscing and going over things that you talked about previously. Make sure you embrace your inner child at this point. If your inner child gets excited, that is okay. If your inner child wants to surrender, that is okay. This represents a return of old people, romances, ideas, and romanticizing how things used to be. So naturally, you're going to feel called to honor that and revel in that even just for a moment, but just trust that you'll make the right decision. Seven of Wands, you know, I'm really seeing someone under fire. Seven of Wands is an uncomfortable situation, but it is a position where you can do things yourself and you can handle it. So this would kind of indicate that someone may be being lazy and for whatever reason they have decided that you are the solvent to their problem or that they would rather you handle their problems. Seven of Wands is not a completely disparaged position. Yes, Seven of Wands, there's a lot up against them, and Two of Swords, they likely can't see the proper move to make, but that doesn't mean you shift the buck onto someone who you've already walked away from or make someone else do it all for you. So don't be, you know, moved by people's sob stories at this time because you'll likely get one. You know, stand up for yourself, have your own beliefs, have confidence, and challenge those in power, but also choose your battles really wisely at this time. The Two of Swords can be talking about someone who's just flat out unwilling to make a decision. So it's important for you to follow your heart instead of trying to make others happy, you know. Someone could be over analyzing, or they could have allowed a problem to get so big by sitting on it and not doing anything about it that it has gotten out of control. But I mean, you know, not your monkey, not your circus, collective. We have respect and freedom. So Spirit is calling you not to crash out in the midst of all of this. And Spirit is calling you to maintain your dignity, but also make sure you're respecting others at this time. This is the perfect opportunity, if I've ever seen one, to kick someone while they're down. But Spirit is telling you even that to a degree could be a bit of a test for you. And, you know, you don't want to fall prey to kind of slipping back into old habits or allowing a shadow side of yourself to come out and you know, to this energy while they're already down. Value your unique perspective, but also follow, you know, your path to love, and have respect for yourself at this time, and even for others, extend that. With the Freedom card, you're in a period of releasing and self-improvement. Any self-imposed restrictions as well are also falling. Any perceived limitations are being shown to be but illusions. A lot of illusions being broken. And even on this Ego card here, she's got on a blindfold and there is a knight unchaining her. And knights in tarot represent lovers, represents people who are willing to give you what you want and date you and treat you, but it also can represent a bit of immaturity and someone who's not fully developed. So, there is someone coming in who's a lover that's not all the way what you need, but does excite you in some way, that actually has the ability to be the one to break the chains for you. That's what I got for us today, collective. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you would like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And that's what I got for us today. I'll talk to you soon.